Okay. Beta. I'm gonna show y'all boys where I'm from, man. I'm from.
Alright, Big Boss, K-Po, top boxer, fucking my soliloquy. With tough times, the last good people do than off self. Caught him if I lie, made me matter. Peak game, 84 over swing. Alright. So I just made a video talking about Keith Thurman, talking about he'll fill in for Canelo if Canelo pulls out the fight, right? Now, he mentioned something great. He said that he'll fight Jermell Charlo. He actually said he was on the phone with Jermell Charlo. And I love that fight. Keith Thurman versus Jermell Charlo would be very entertaining. There'll be a lot of trash talk. Keith Thurman gonna sell the fight. Keith Thurman was a big welterweight. He since moved up to 154. He's coming off a knockout. Charlo hasn't fought, I think, since 2023. Against Canelo. I feel like that's a great fight to come back to, right? You got two guys who were, one guy had a whole division on lock. One guy took over and became the king of a division, although people hated on him, and I'm talking about Charlo, and people still hate on him. You know what I'm saying? So I like that fight. I think if they able to make that fight happen, it's gonna be good for boxing. You need Jermell Charlo. You need Keith Thurman. You need guys like that in the sport of boxing who's gonna put on a good show. You know what I'm saying? And I think that this would be a great entertaining fight. This is what I'm talking about. These are the fights I talk about that are relevant for boxing. Right? Keith Thurman is 954 pounder. He going up there fighting against a former king. Really, truthfully, he's the king of 154. I mean, the only reason he lost his belts is because he chose to go up there and fight Canelo Alvarez, which is the same thing that's going to happen to Terrence Crawford. I don't know if y'all know that his belt, I think on fight night, I forgot how it worded. I don't know if he loses, or I think it's the same thing how Charlo situation was when he fought Canelo. If he goes up there, he fights Canelo Alvarez, he will lose. He'll be stripped of his title. So Terrence Crawford has a version of the WBA belt at 154. If he goes up there and fights Canelo, I think it's something like that. He'll be stripped, or if he loses, something like that, he'll be stripped of his belt, right? Because he has mandatories and obligations he has to fulfill, and he hasn't fulfilled them. So, but that's the case. That frees up a belt. You could put that with Charlo and Keith Thurman. Make that a title fight. I love that, man. I love that, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I'm just not thinking about it. I'm like, man, that's a damn good fight. I love that, because what happens with that situation is when you get Charlo in there with a Keith Thurman, that fight gonna do numbers, man. If I was Al, I'll put that as the main event, and I put my brush in between my seat. Pause. If I'm Al Heyman, I'll make Charlo, Keith Thurman main event. I'll bring L. Spence back, and on a co-main event, have him fight like Brian Castano or Brian Mendoza, right? At 154. Put him as the co-main event, right? And then I don't know who I'll put on the undercard, but I will bring them two back and put that fight in Vegas, right? So have L. Spence come back, fight Brian. If he ready to come back, I will. If I was the promoter, I'll go talk to L. Hey, look, man, we want to bring you and Jermell Charlo back on the same card. Texas Takeover. Put y'all boys. Have Jermell Charlo fight Keith Thurman. You fight Brian Castano or Brian Mendoza. You know what I mean? I feel like that'd be a hell of a fight. You know what I'm saying? That mug could sell out, man, for real. And then if Keith Thurman beats Jermell Charlo, now you can take L and have him go fight Keith Thurman for the WBA belt, 154 pounds. And then we get that matchup that we've been wanting, right? The matchup we've been wanting, which is Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman. It'll be at 154 for a WBA title. Man, I need to be a promoter, man. I need to be a promoter. All I'm saying at the end of the day is I love that fight. You know what I mean? Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, Jermell Charlo, all on the same card. Phenomenal. Y'all let me know what y'all think about my promoting skills. Boss gone.